is a controversial one, and it's being stupid.
I'm falling in, so help me out, 'cause we just living like it's all beneath us, drowning in the feeling, can't help but take it farther, I'm breathing underwater.
10 million, guys. 10 million plays, all of my songs combined on Spotify in the past 4.5 years, almost 5. This needs to be celebrated. And there's just one way to celebrate in style, and that is by getting a new nice car. It's not mine. Like this, maybe if I have 10 million per month. I'm still a tiny speck in this music world, but I would still love to share my thoughts. Way too expensive. I would much rather spend it on studio gear equipment. You know me. The moment of truth. 400 little connections later, let's see if it actually works. I absolutely love it. Like, it's getting there. This entire studio is getting there. To be honest, this place right here is for me the biggest reward. Like, this is my dream. Building all of it myself is fun. Sometimes it's not, but slowly, steady, this is evolving. And the same applies to reaching anything music related. As a music producer and DJ, reaching 10 million plays on Spotify, you have to be patient. It just takes a lot of time. The past 5 years, I'd say the one thing I learned is not to rely on other people. And yes, this might seem very negative, but almost every single person I've worked with on a professional music related topic screwed me in one way or another. For example, I had a management for half a year, maybe a year. They didn't do anything. I signed and they didn't deliver at all. They just waited for me to blow up by myself, and I was relying on them, so I didn't do that much anymore, and all of the business things kind of like weren't taken care of. It really hurt me a lot. It threw me back at least a year, and never ever again I will rely on someone to do something for me. I will always keep on doing, I like to call it like background noise, like taking care of my socials, doing these videos, making my music, taking care of getting singer-songwriters, posting online my stuff, and just having constant releases up, getting in touch with labels. All these kind of things they were supposed to do, I will never ever let someone else do again. I will just take care of it no matter what. Even if someone one day actually does all of that stuff, I'll do it on top. And I think we're living in a day and age where the internet gives you the possibility to actually do everything yourself. And I think to a certain extent it's even expected. So don't wait for someone to help you. Don't wait for someone to discover you, help you, support you. Just do it yourself. Once you get to a certain point, people will come. Then you actually don't need them anymore and you can do it yourself and maybe employ people. That's what I did. But just at the beginning, no, you have to take care of it yourself. If you don't believe in what you're doing and you're not willing to put the hours in that are needed to get you to a certain level, why should anyone else? Another huge factor to success is definitely being consistent. There is no way you will succeed if you start something, lose your interest, stop, and do the next thing. It just doesn't work. Pick something you like, you're interested in, stick to it, and make constant progress. Constantly learning new stuff, very important to develop, but also consistent in getting stuff out there. A song on your hard drive is worth nothing. You will never ever get a single play if you don't release it. Make sure you make your stuff, finish it, release it, and do this constantly. I'd say at least 4 or 5 releases per year. And that only if you already have a fan base. At the very beginning, every month a single release, at least. I myself personally still struggle with this. Like, my last song was released like 2 months ago. The next one is coming actually this Friday. But before that, like especially due to COVID, I didn't know what to do, when to release what. I had a gap of 4 or 5 months. And last year, due to A lot of shit happening in between. It was just 4 songs. I was like working on an album, collected a bunch of songs, then decided to not release it because I wasn't happy with it. Like there's a lot that goes into being an artist, but try to be as consistent as possible. Speaking of consistency, let me work on another song. I still need to tweak it a bit. The next one is a controversial one, and it's being stupid. Just every once in a while you have to do something that everyone else agrees on that it's stupid. I did it 4.5, 5 years ago when I started daily vlogging about my life as a DJ and producer. All of my friends said it's stupid. No one's going to watch it. And yes, they were right. For the very first year, no one was watching it. It took me from 0 subscribers to 1,000 an entire year. The second year, it was from 1,000 to 10,000. And then from 10 to 40, 50. And now we're over 100K. It works. You just have to stick to your stupid ideas, and eventually they will be reality and not stupid anymore. And then you can tell everyone else to go and fuck themselves for not believing in you. But for that, again, you need to stick to it and first of all have these stupid ideas. Let me try and tell you the story of probably by far the riskiest and stupidest thing I've ever done. That's my studio. The entire thing, almost. Like just a tiny part is like a school for boats and bullshit like that. But this was risky, 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 risky. So risky that I still can't believe I actually did that. This place has over 220 square meters. It's way too big for one person and their studio. Before this, I had something really small. This one right here. Very small, but I absolutely loved that studio. It was acoustically fully treated. The problem was just I was starting to employ the first people to help me, and it was just that one room. It wasn't possible to have multiple people in there and still make music. Now we got plenty of office space, tiny vocal booth, B studio with all of the DJ equipment, full kitchen so we can cook and eat, and the new A studio that is still under full construction. Back then, doing all of this, renting all of this, transforming it into studios was so expensive, so risky, and I absolutely didn't have the money to actually do it. The plan was first to rent it with other people together and just share it, but they canceled last minute. I loved the building, the location, the price was fair, so I just did it. Very stupid, very stupid, very risky. But sometimes you have to like just approach these risks and just go for it and just kind of make it work. My initial thoughts were like, how can I make this work? Then I thought about why not opening up a DJ school and teach people how to DJ. I thought about renting out the extra studio to people. And at the end, all of this, after a while, actually made me more money than sharing this place with other people. And bonus, like it's all mine. I can decide, do whatever I want. And it just feels great. But for achieving something that feels great, you have sometimes to go for these stupid risks that no one else sees except for you. So please believe in yourself, try things out, go for it, give it a shot. You will regret the things that you didn't try more than actually failing. And in most cases, I think you won't even fail because you have it under control. You can shape it, you can make it, you can just work harder, put more hours into it and just like come up with ideas and just be smart about it. And you will eventually have the success. And reaching more plays on Spotify is eventually just a consequence of doing all of these things. Like renting out the studio, making more money gives me more money to invest it into my music. It gives me more time to focus on my music because I don't have to do another job on the side. Like all of these things are connected. Anyways, let me know what you think is like the key to success as a musician. The key to success to getting more plays. Yes, promotion plays a huge role. Getting Spotify private playlists and all this kind of stuff that I've talked about already in another video. I'll link it down below if you want to go check it out. For me, it's now time to work a little more and then just wrap it up. There is actually one more thing I would love to point out. The stuff that will distract you. We all know social media is bad. Playing PlayStation. Netflix. But trust me guys, there's one thing that tops all of it. You should stay away from it 100%. Never ever buy first person view drone. It is just way too much fun. Really, never ever, never ever, like never.